From Software announces the Duskbloods exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2. So this one I thought was pretty crazy from the direct yesterday. I feel like out of everything that was shown, this one was the main thing that kind of took people by surprise and kind of stole the show, in my opinion. So seeing that this is going to be coming out, I thought this was actually really interesting, and I felt like this was definitely something worth doing a video on, just because I've done a few videos here and there in regards to Bloodborne and the potential for them to actually be coming out with like a sequel or a remake or something like that. Now, come to find out, Bloodborne is actually Sony's property. So after seeing some of the information and kind of listening to some of the chatter online and everything like that yesterday, I was able to kind of get some of the information as far as what had happened and what it seems like had happened, where Sony, they're in charge of Bloodborne. They have that IP. It's under their wing. So they've just been sitting on it. They haven't done anything. They've been, kind of teasing it with fans. A lot of fans out there have been really asking for it. And that's one of the things I've noticed a lot, because I've stated in the videos that I've done, I've never played Bloodborne, and I usually didn't play From Software games. I had a buddy that kind of got that really talked me into getting Dark Souls 3, and I really enjoyed it. I loved it a lot. But one of the main reasons I've kind of stayed away from those types of games is just because I know they're the type of games where you have to grind and you have to sit there for hours to kind of level up your characters. And I've always avoided those kind of games just because I am the type of player, when I get into a game, I get like obsessed. I get stuck on it. So if there's a game like that where you have to sit there and grind and grind and grind to kind of level your character up, I would be willing to do it. So part of me is like, I don't want to waste my time doing that, just because I know I'll spend hours and hours doing that. But once I played Dark Souls 3, I loved it. So seeing that a lot of people were hoping for, Bloodborne to be coming out, I definitely can understand where you guys are coming from, especially because whenever I do videos on Bloodborne, they tend to get a lot of views and they get a lot of interaction. There's a lot of fans out there that love those games, will love that game, and love From Software games. So the fact that Nintendo was able to work this out with From Software is pretty wild, because from the looks of it and from some of the information that I had gotten, it seems like Nintendo probably went to From Software and probably just threw them a lot of money and told them, hey, like, what can we do? What can you provide for us as far as a new game or something like that? So this isn't necessarily a sequel to Bloodborne. I would look at it more as like a spiritual successor, or like a spiritual sequel to it, because it does seem like it has like a lot of similarities. It does have that feel of Bloodborne, and kind of like a Dark Souls type of game. So pretty cool. And definitely something to look forward to, at least give some of the From Software fans and stuff like that out there something to look forward to. So we'll go ahead and check out the trailer that we got here, and then I'll go ahead and give my thoughts as we go along. Bring it down just a little bit. And that was one of the things, when you've seen this character, when I'm watching the direct, some of the people, because like I stated in my last video, I was watching it with the Geeks and Gamers crew, and one of the individuals on their Epic Mic, he, as soon as he seen this, people were kind of speculating like, what is this? What's going on? When Epic Mic had stated, he's like, is this Bloodborne? And it was just like, no, like, they're not gonna have Bloodborne on, a Switch. You know what I mean? With Nintendo, that's not gonna be the case. But sure enough, you'll see right here in a second.
I give you my blood. I give you my life. Turn, O wheel, and transport him to a night of moonlight.
Right here, when you seen this symbol, Epic
to
Mic
humanity's very dusk.
was like, this is Bloodborne. Like, this is similarities to it. And people were like, wait, really? That's when people kind of slowly started looking into, like, is this a sequel? What's going on here? And then you seen this From Software, and that's when everyone was like, oh shit, like, this might be a sequel. And yeah, this is definitely something I like. This character, I like the look of this character right here for sure. But this is definitely something to look forward to, especially with the announcement that they're going to be having Elden Ring on the Switch 2. You know, if they're able to kind of push that software on there and kind of have it so that you can play that game, this should be something that's going to be like a no-brainer that they're going to be able to actually be able to have run well, as far as well as be something that'll be really fun for people, and you know, can kind of hold its own when it comes down to being a game in that vein. So crazy. Reminds me of the moon from Majora's Mask. Big old frog.
Close your eyes and contemplate now the moon, as befits the soon to depart.
I pray that you are able, carrier of blood.
That one was crazy right there. Seeing that dinosaur was like, what the hell? Like, that is so random, but it looks crazy the way they're able to like do that transition and everything. Let's play it back one more time. So wild.
Tears will flow for one, and one alone.
Definitely some Dark Souls vibes right there. The Duskbloods. Crazy looking creature. So yeah, available only on Nintendo Switch 2 2026. So yeah, that was one of the things that had people hyped. You know what I mean? You see the title, the Duskbloods, and then being able to see that it's gonna be available for the Nintendo Switch 2. You know, that's that's just wild right there, man. Available only on Switch 2. So it's gonna be an exclusive. So they were a lot of people were like speculating after this was announced that it was kind of like a little bit of like like a slap in the face to Sony, because of the fact that they've been holding on to Bloodborne for so long and they haven't done anything, to the point where it's like, well, if you guys aren't going to work with us, then we'll go to a different company and let's do something with them, kind of a thing. So that's wild, man. Something definitely to look forward to for the Switch 2. And you know, I'm curious, man, because I think this is gonna be a good game. It looks like it's gonna be fun, and if of course, since it's from software, it's gonna have that difficulty to it, and it's gonna have that feel of kind of like the Dark Souls, Bloodborne kind of feel to it. So I think this is gonna be a good one. I think this was really good for Nintendo. So those are my thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If there's, you know, any Bloodborne fans out there, is this something that you feel will be able to kind of scratch that itch, you know, of not being able to actually get like a remake of Bloodborne, but to be able to have something that's in the vein of it, that's kind of like a spiritual successor. So if you guys can let me know your guys' thoughts, if you're going to be looking forward to it, if you guys could like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you guys have been watching this long, I really appreciate it. It means a lot. And yeah, until next time, Harmonic out. Peace.